Kia ora koutou, YouTube. So here we are, going to talk through the process, well, what it took to make this piece through some stills, and then I took as we went along. Keep it short and sharp, and just cover it in general. This first one is of the slice I started with, and I used a couple of cuts on the trim saw to get the general shape that we wanted, to make a sort of teardrop Roimata pendant. Next step was using the point carver with a flat lap circle piece on it, starting with quite a high grit, diamond grit, to remove quite a bit of material off the piece. This is where you get the main shape from initially. Quite rounded on one side and quite flat on the other side. This was really so I can there's a fracture in here that I want to keep as a big feature of this for the person who I'm carving it for. So that's why one side's flat and one side is rounded, so we didn't carve out the healed fracture in there. Next step, and on this we went through a couple of grades of the diamond grit to get rid of minimise some of the scratches and the tool marks that are on it. Then onto the foot-powered pottery wheel with some sandpaper on there, wet and dry sandpaper, so use the water on it as well, keep the dust down. And again, starting with the bigger grit sandpaper and working your way down to get rid of the scratches. So that's at the start. After the first bit is grit, that's it dry, so you can see some of the scratches on there you still need to get through. And after several versions of that, it comes out looking like this. So that's it dry now after going through all the sanding. Next step is to make the hole for the lashing. So use a small sphere piece for that to start with, and then another drill bit to make it a little bit bigger, to make it big enough to get through. Then a drum piece on the hand tool to uncarve the grooves for the lashing. Next, then it's ready for polishing. So use polishing with polishing compound on it. This is before polishing. That's after we've done the polishing, but the compound's still on there. Then I use a clean wheel to get rid of all the polishing compound, and that's it, all finished. Both sides, you can see that fracture really clear up on the top right now. It's quite the heel fracture, quite an important feature for this one. All ready for lashing. So that's us halfway through the lashing there. Carry on down. You can see how I do this lashing. I've made a video on that as well. I'll put the links down the bottom if you're interested in how that all works as well. So yeah, that's what it looks like from behind. And then there's the finished product. So there you go. How this piece of Pounamu was made, all the important stages that went into the actual making of it. And voila. Kia ora koutou, mihi nui.